So I was having a discussion with a friend yesterday revolving around the con in Constitution related to the occult, politics, truth, along that lines. Usually don't talk about the occult aspect of things because a lot of people just don't understand, or they run away. They have a fear-conditioned mindset of what they've been taught. And pretty much we were going back and forth about things about the Constitution during the founding of this country as America, talking about the secret destiny of America, what the founders meant, and all these other things. Well, basically this was my response, and I'll just read it. Let me just say that I studied the occult for a long time, very in depth, beyond what is found on the internet. I'm intimately familiar with things that make the rabbit hole much deeper than many of us would like to imagine it to be. Now, it's all tied in together, but a simple understanding of it as far as the Constitution goes and the formation of this country is you have the Articles of Confederation, which was the original Constitution, what Jefferson, Sam Adams, Patrick Henry, and others fought so hard for. And then you have the Federalists, Madison, Hamilton, Jay, and others. Basically, without going into it too much, the Federalists are and were traitors, hands down. Okay, there is no serious discussion or anything to the contrary. Now, history would have you believe other things, but again, we'll get into that. They were the Federalists, agents of the Crown, working for the original Illuminati, which was also started in 1776, but this was in Bavaria, Germany, through Adam Westphal, and Rothschild started this, and this was meant to be European royalty and other highly secretive occult groups and other rulers of the elite in Europe to basically take over and control. The ultimate goal was to control the governments of the world, the finances, etc. But the Federalists, many of the Federalists, were agents of the Crown for King George, who had a deep disdain for America. I mean, that's not a secret. And like I said, the Illuminati, which infiltrated the Masons worldwide and working for other secret societies back in the day. The Constitution is meant by Jefferson, Henry, and those of the Articles of Confederation school of thought is and was meant to guarantee freedom, sovereignty, and liberty to the people. The Federalist take on things was to guarantee the power of the United States as a corporation, and the people meaning the elite, the ruling class, the aristocrats. There's a difference when you're talking contractually about the Constitution and other documents between the United States and the United States of America as the corporation and the country. Now, we know the direction this country has been going in for some time, and it should be no surprise to anyone. There is and always has been a small group of elite at the very top controlling things for their own personal gain, pretty much using the world as their own personal chessboard. Now, the only thing that will save our liberty and freedom from the final goal and realization of the self-proclaimed Novus Ordo Seclorum, New World Order, is revolution. It's a rebellion of the people against those who hold the real power. This isn't just talking about an armed rebellion. This is talking about the realization of consciousness, the realization of awareness and wisdom and true knowledge and true intellect. Not this make-believe intellectual academia bullshit pretty much that we have in place today. And not just against these puppet politicians in high seats of office in D.C. The power reaches far beyond that. I'm talking, to the heights of financial, religious, and social planes across the board. And someone once said all roads lead to Rome. You can do your own research on this. Now, many will dismiss things like this as conspiracy, and that's fine. That's the beauty of free will. Now, the complacency and ignorance which has been created has created the very thing we are faced with today is completely by design. The dumbing down of the world as a whole has been accomplished slowly, more so in the 20th and 21st century through television and other forms of multimedia technology. Words in history have been rewritten and redefined by those who conquer and those who wish to remain in power. The closest analogy I can truly give anyone is the Matrix. Everything, well, 95% of all information that comes out of the mouths of the establishment, be it major developed government worldwide, talking the European Union, the U.S., Asia, etc., including the United Nations, then think tanks such as the Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, and Bilderberg Group, the mainstream media, Rome and the highest seats of organized religion, economics and banking and academia, these so-called intellectuals, is a very carefully crafted script approved for public consumption. It's an illusion, a reality television show beyond the imagination, a work of art to distract from and dismiss truth while forming opinions taken as reality, when in fact the entire belief system of the profane, which is what the mass populace, what people like you and me are referred to by them, is basically a lie. It's in place to control and to quell any real knowledge or true progress. Now, there are many who are aware of this knowledge, but seriously doing something about it to bring swift change would require a good majority of the masses to become aware real fast, to actually realize it. And trust me when I say there's a battle being waged, and has been for a very long time. It's a spiritual war that is going on. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on truth, reality. And what's portrayed as reality is a complete illusion. I mean, if the people knew there would be revolution tomorrow, and maybe we could get on with truth, we could start really living our lives. Truth is much stranger than fiction. Truth today is rejected, ridiculed, mocked, and feared by the majority of humanity when it's spoken or written or shown, because for the most part the belief systems in place are built on such illusions and not through experience or research done individually through free thinking. The Constitution is meant to be, by the school of Jefferson and others, to be good, for the people, personal liberty, etc. Then on the other hand, the Federalists intended differently. They intended it not for the people, but for the corporation, so to speak. Bottom line is, we the people must take it back, and we must make it what it is meant to be. Claim our sovereignty and to take our power back. Now, personal power away from those who control the script pretty much is to realization of consciousness, of self-awareness. As far as I'm concerned, no man can give me or anybody rights or take them away. The Constitution is just a document that is meant to limit the power of government and to keep this nation rooted in honesty, and we must restore that. And pretty much that's what it comes down to. So thought I might make a video on that, on this discussion. I thought it might be relevant and might get some people thinking a little bit beyond the layers that typically thinking. Going back and forth between the economy and war, start to delve a little deeper.